Okay, so today, we're not just going to summarize a chapter. No, we're going to break down one single, perfectly crafted scene from a Scout's honor. We're going to treat it like a piece of film. We absolutely are. And to really get it, you have to understand the world it's dropped into. The tension, the atmosphere, and, all the things that aren't being said. That's what makes this so powerful.
So, picture this. It's 1943. You can feel the heat, you can smell the grime of a Boston rail yard. And this is the question a young Boy Scout, Leo, finally gets the nerve to ask a soldier just hours before he ships out to war. And that moment, wow, it is just electric. The entire scene, maybe the whole chapter, just pivots on the sheer weight of that one simple question.
All right, so let's talk about the stakes. What's really on the line here? Well, this chapter is basically built on the collision of two completely different worlds. You've got the innocence of childhood smashing right up against the brutal, overwhelming reality of a world at war. I mean, Leo isn't just on some kid's adventure. He is walking right up to the edge of a world he truly cannot understand. And right there, that's the key to the whole home front effort. Something as simple, as mundane as a scrap drive, gets elevated to this almost sacred duty.
Yeah, it's not just, let's clean up the neighborhood. No way. For these kids, this is their version of going to war, and that idea alone puts this immense, incredible weight on their young shoulders.
And this is where the writing is just so brilliant. Look at these parallels the author is drawing. Wagons and lunchboxes on one side, buses and barracks on the other. A march through his town versus heading into the complete unknown.
It's what Leo has to do, right? He's trying to translate the soldier's unimaginable reality into something, anything, he can actually grasp. And that last one is the most powerful of all, doing your job.
And boom, there it is. That line. It shows you so clearly that the stakes aren't just about the war, they're deeply internal. That knot of anxiety Leo feels, that's the real battle happening in this scene. It really is. It's the exact moment his childhood worldview just starts to crack under the weight of adult fear and responsibility. So this isn't just some story about patriotism. It's about a kid's internal struggle. And that internal struggle gets cranked up to 11 by this incredible sense of place. I mean, the atmosphere here is just everything.
Oh, absolutely. The author doesn't just say, hey, it's 1943. No, they drop you right into the middle of it. The sensory detail is just incredible.
You can almost feel this scene. You can hear it. The clang of steel, the deep rumble of the engine. And you can see it. That sharp visual contrast of the olive-drab uniforms against the faded blues and grays of the Boston and Maine trains. It's not just a backdrop. It feels like a living, breathing, and totally authentic place. And you've got to notice, these details aren't just background noise. They're actually the engine of the plot. The scrap drive gives the boys their purpose, and the soldiers shipping out, well, that creates all the tension.
Exactly. Those hand-painted signs, the community just showing up for a spontaneous parade. It all paints this picture of a town completely bound together by one shared urgent mission.
There's such a poignant feeling to this scene. You have these young boys with their little wagons, literally working alongside young men who are about to go face the ultimate test.
They really are, just like the text says, two different armies fighting the same war. And right here, in this noisy, grimy rail yard, their two worlds cross in this moment of just profound, quiet, mutual respect.
Which, of course, brings us all the way back to that quiet, incredibly tense conversation between Leo and the young medic, Harris.
Yep, this is the heart of it all. This is the cliffhanger.
There it is, the question that just hangs in the hot, still air. This is that moment where a kid's unfiltered innocence directly challenges a soldier's guarded experience.
It's the kind of question no adult would ever dare to ask, but it's one that only a child could. And it just cuts through all the noise, all the pretense, everything.
And the soldier's answer is just, it's remarkable. It's not a simple yes or no, it's a lesson. He doesn't dismiss the fear at all. He acknowledges it. Sure, you get worried.
But then he gives him a strategy for courage. You focus on your job. It's this piece of wisdom that connects his world of war, of life and death, directly back to Leo's world of chores and scrap drives. It's perfect.
And this is that amazing moment of silent understanding. The soldier, Harris, he sees genuine concern in this kid's eyes, not just, childish curiosity. And Leo sees something he recognizes in the soldier's eyes, that same look of faraway concern he's seen in his mother's. In that one instant, the soldier stops being a uniform. He becomes a real person carrying the same kind of burdens as the people Leo loved. And right here, this is the final twist of the knife. That look Leo recognizes in the soldier's eyes is the key to everything. But it also raises a whole other question. Why has this been eating at him for weeks?
Exactly! Leo is hiding something. He has a fear of his own. The chapter ends, but the real mystery is just getting started. So the question isn't just what the soldier is afraid of, it's what is Leo so afraid of?